I am an immigrant from India, and a part of me is always in India. And when I took the decision that I am going to get a graduate degree in India, and then I'm going to, be a university professor here in United States, I always was motivated by this idea that I have to remain engaged with India. And because, research, teaching, outreach is the only skills that I am, that I know of, I felt that, this was one of the ways that I could stay connected. There's also another big reason why I'm so interested in India. India is a land of paradoxes, right? You have some of the biggest movements in this country, right? It is the largest democracy. It is now the most populated region in the world. It has very impressive history of women's rights movements and legal policies, legal developments that followed. But then there is also a lot of social problems in India. And many of these problems have to do with gender and gender rights. And because I work in the area of gender development, some of the questions that I ask naturally brings me back to India. One of the projects that is very close to my heart, and this is the project in Gujarat. I first went in 2010 when I was invited as a public speaker, and I got very interested in the issues around women and violence in Gujarat. And that sort of started me walking in this trajectory of trying to figure out a project. And over the course of several years, I developed a project that studied 251 women who enrolled in various empowerment programs across organizations in Gujarat. And I followed the impact of these empowerment programs on the lives of these women and the communities that they serve, looking at it through the lens of domestic violence. This project was funded by several SPG grants that came from Asian Studies Center, Jensen, and CACID, and was also funded by a Coup Foundation grant from Asian Studies Center. Because of all this funding that I received, I was able to develop a wonderful pilot, and that led to a very large NSF grant. And I was able to expand the project. I was able to hire a team of 12 local students in Gujarat who helped in building the team, collecting the data, transcribing the data and all of this, and also able to bring in students from MSU to work on the project. The project led to several publications, and right now I'm working on a book. When it comes to student mentoring, I always like this idea of bringing the Global South in interaction with the Global North. So one of my projects was a huge collaboration, but what was the best part about the collaboration is that we got to mentor graduate students, undergrads, across not only universities in the United States, but we were also mentoring a large group of students in India who helped us with setting up of the conference and the methods workshop, which were the two outcomes of this project. This project was on pandemic precarity. And this was actually held at Loreto College, Kolkata. And because of this project, we were able to mentor across regions, across universities, bring both undergraduate as well as graduate student collaborations into the forefront. And Amanda Smith and I, when we both became co-directors of Jensen, we both realized independently that we wanted to do something on India. We had very strong personal as well as professional reasons that guided our passion for India. And when the two co-directors came together to talk about the future of Jensen, this was like that big light bulb moment for us, like, yeah, India. And so we traveled to India. We connected with several business schools, Women's Studies Center, big organizations that work on India, as well as women's colleges, development institutes, LGBTQ plus organizations. So Jensen right now is very much invested, and we just started the process of signing MOUs, setting up student internships, and we are working on courses that can be offered virtually in collaboration, where their faculty and our faculty can teach, and their students and our students can take part. The next stage of my career, and I think the next stage has already started for me, I'm very passionate about administration, and the big piece that I want to focus on is I want to make MSU heavily invested in India. India has tremendous opportunities in terms of education and in terms of also resources. At the same time, we also have state-funded, federal-funded universities which may not have that kind of resources. And I think MSU, given our land grant mission, given that we are very much interested in the big issues around agriculture, climate change, engineering, entrepreneurship, I think we can look into India as our next big thing to focus on. There's also an opportunity to recruit some of the best students from India and bring them to our global campus. And at MSU, one of our big attractions that I feel is that we have a global-facing gender center that serves both our students and our affiliates. Like, this is a very unique model.